For breaking news, go to iDiskiTimes.co.za.
Hola bafethu, bongani bobomnisi bafethu, ngicela subscribe ku iDiskiTV.
Hola bafethu, this is Junior Kanye. Please subscribe to iDiskiTV.
iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. iDiskiTimes.co.za. Yet again, another weekend of Betway Premiership action. Chiefs were supposed to play tonight against Royal AM. However, everyone knows what's happening with Royal AM, so that's not playing. But tonight, Stellenbosch is playing against Tso Vilakazi's son, the club Richards Bay FC. Tomorrow, it's Cape Town City traveling to the Orlando Stadium. That's the game we'll talk about with Tso right now. It seems Musin Etukrel was ready to play Chiefs and Orlando Pirates, and he beat both of them, and then it's been horrible thereafter. In fact, they've gone a month without winning a football game. Before we talk about Cape Town City and Orlando Pirates, which is a very important game that we'll be watching tomorrow, the draw for the CAF Champions League gave us exactly what you were praying for. Mr. So-and-so.
Mr. Ngiyo
Yes, sir.
ngibulisa wena ngibulisa Stizi
Yes, sir.
ngibulisa chairman ngibulisa nane makhanga support njalo iDiskiTV ngizobenje njalo ngijike futhi. You know, Mr. Ngiyo, I sometimes question certain things in life. When I pray for certain things, they don't happen at that time. When I pray for certain things, they do happen. And I ask kanjani, Mr. Ngiyo, because I've been praying and say, I want Sundowns ihambeka left, I want the Pirates ihambeka right. Ngifuna ziyodibana ku final. I just want to see, Mr. Ngiyo, I'm saying again, I just want to see what's going to happen in Africa. When the two Southern Hemisphere teams, they're in the final. It never happened.
Giants.
It never happened.
Those are the only two teams that have ever won a Champions League
Yes.
In our side of the continent.
Yes. So I want to see if they get to the final, both of them, what's going to happen in Africa.
Okay, it's still going to be very complicated, Mr.
Yeah.
So-and-so. However, for now,
Yeah.
you get your prayer in terms of the draw.
Exactly.
It's now up to the clubs to get the MCLJ for Pirates, Esperance for Mamelodi Sundowns. We'll talk about those games, of course, when we get to that point. Muxon Etukrel, I think the positive thing about the Cape Town City Etukrel is that they announced at the beginning that he's actually a technical director.
Yeah.
The reason why I say that's positive is because the way things are going now, his job would be on the line. They would have been on the verge of firing him because it's been 6 games or 4 losses, 2 draws in the last 6 games. It's not going well for him from a results perspective. What do you think about the situation?
Mr. Ngiyo, I always say this. When you play against these big teams, already these players, they're motivated to play against these teams. Sometimes coaches, they don't do much. These players, they need to go and perform to sell themselves in these big teams. So I don't normally really concerned when they play against the big teams. I'm only concerned when they play with the team that is almost at the same level with them. How are they going to respond in that? Because it's worrying me. They beat Pirates, they beat Chiefs, and then what? Now they go back down there. So you ask yourself, is it players? Is it coach? What's happening? But I'm saying now, players playing against a big team, they're always going to be motivated. 2, they know that, look, if I do well against Pirates, if I do well against Chiefs, if I do well against Sundowns, it means chances are one of them will buy me. So let me push myself.
Do you think Cape Town City are thinking about even ukuqhubeka nayo Mshin kule technical director position? Because he's going to be the leader, making sure he's appointing the coach, overseeing the first team, and perhaps even the DDC and the development as well. Do you think because of the results on the field, they're now thinking about it? But I'm questioning why is he not winning? Stuff like that.
No, you know, what I'm seeing from my side is that they just keep him there because they're not in the relegation zone. So they just said to themselves, look, it's bad this season. We are not the top 5. It's okay. Let's try to survive. Let's not get to relegation. Coach, can you hold the team so that we can finish the season and then plan for next season so that we can get a coach that will come in and do his preseason and plan his team. But for now, I think they will keep him until end of the season.
All right, let's look at Orlando Pirates then. I suppose everyone mainly is looking at Orlando Pirates tomorrow. Of course, Sundowns is also playing as well. So the picture of what we wanted to be a title race is starting to emerge a little bit. The puzzle is being put together the more the weeks go on. We are approaching March now. This is around the period where we know who are the winners and who are the pretenders and contenders. We were speaking a few days ago on Wednesday about the fact that that match was not played. And you were concerned about the psychological pressure on the Pirates players. That's not their fault that that game was not played. That's obvious. But it's also obvious that when they are playing tomorrow, they will be aware that Sundowns have a 12-point gap. How will that affect them? Knowing also that Orlando Stadium has been fabulous this season. It has been fabulous. I don't know if Cape Town City is going to go there and get those points because Orlando Stadium, those human beings, the Amapagania, they make that place a very difficult place to go.
Mr. Gil, one is, I'm going to especially the boys, everyone, the coach, the technical team, everyone knows the pressure that they are in. Unfortunately, in football, you not that because you deserve to be in that corner, but the situation is forcing you to be in that corner. That's where Paris are, because they didn't play that game. They didn't decide to say we're not going to play. They wanted to play. They were there. They were ready.
There was a starting lineup.
Yes.
There was warm-ups.
Everyone was ready to play the game. It tells you that the team was ready to play the game. But now, when they stop the game, psychologically it says, oh gosh, as we are not playing, Sundowns are playing. What's happening? Sundowns have won. Now 12 points. Already in their mind to say, phew, we've got a mountain to climb.
If Cape Town City scores the first goal, it will add to the psychological pressure.
Definitely.
I have this belief, obviously, because Pirates have been doing well at Orlando. I don't believe Cape Town City will win, but if Cape Town City scores the first goal, then it's a different ball game altogether because it compounds the psychological pressure that's already there that we are chasing, especially if the players are thinking about it. We are chasing.
Yeah, Mr. Kyo, I'm not going to lie. If Cape Town City will score, it's going to be very difficult. It is going to take a miracle. I'm telling you, it's going to take a miracle for them, or they can equalize and win the game. So they just need, one is they need to be cautious because psychologically, I don't think everyone is 100% ready, focused in the game. They worried about Sundowns, but now they need to worry about themselves in terms of, guys, we're playing tomorrow. How are we going to maneuver all this? Cape Town City, they give us a problem when we play against them. And what is it that we can do? Ubanbani, everyone, now the coach needs to give each and everyone a task. Now, not as a group, not as a team. Now he needs to go to them individually, have 1v1 meeting with the players so that you find a way of encouraging play in his mind to say, boy, this is what you can do.
It might be worthwhile to tell the players, forget about the gap, forget about Sundowns.
Look, you have to tell them, Mr. K, because if you don't tell them, then at the back of their mind, it will say, it's one of those games. It's one of those games. But if you're going to tell them to say, look, I'm giving you this responsibility based on, here's a 12 point that you are running behind. So whatever that I need you to do tomorrow is based on these 12 points. So if you're going to do exactly what I'm asking you to do, it means you're going to cover the 12 points. Because if you're not going to also put it to them to say, we are behind the 12 points, it means for them, they will be, no, we'll catch them, say, we'll catch them maybe April or maybe late May. But at that time is cut. So this is a time now where the coach needs to get them 1v1, put it to them. We've got these 12 points that we are behind in. So now I need you to do 1, 2, 3, 4 so that we can catch up there. Then from there, after that 1v1, you put them with groups. The strikers, the midfielders, the defenders, the keepers, and then you put them as a team to say, the bigger picture is that, guys, whatever we do tomorrow, let's not forget that we've got these 12 points that we need to run for.
All right, we are wrapping it up. The starting lineup was out against Golden Arrows.
Yeah.
I saw Bandi Leshandu.
Yeah.
And I saw that behind him would have been Dino van Rooyen.
Yes.
However they were configuring that lineup, it appeared as though on the right-hand side, it would have been Bandi Leshandu, a right back, and Dino van Rooyen, a right wing back. So on the right-hand side, they would have played both of those players.
Yes.
Now, that is to say that Muha Ngota, of course, has not been there recently. I don't know whether it's through injury or suspension. I think it's probably injury.
Yeah.
What do you do with that right-hand side? So I need to let you go very quickly. There's a signal from Justice. But what do you do on that right-hand side? Do you try Bandile Shandu? Do you try to put even Udlamini that side? What do you do? Because it seemed like a problem. We saw Dion Hotto against Baroka on that right-hand side as well.
Can I make you laugh? Or maybe you'll think otherwise. I'll bring back Saleng. I will bring him back Saleng tomorrow in the game of tomorrow. Let's take away all these things that are on social media and the news and whatever. I'll bring back Saleng tomorrow to play against Cape Town City. For me, that's it. Bandi Leshandu, he needs to fight Tino van Rooyen at the back. That one, he did very well in that position, Ushando. Van Rooyen is doing very well, so let them compete. Why I'm saying this, remember that Ulonduzana foot is out, the young boy. So when he's out with the injury,
is also usually there.
Ngatenayaka Kapoli, Munyanena is injured. So you've got these two. For me, it's a risky when you play both of them. Because if one gets a red card and the other one gets injured, then you've got nothing on the right. So for me, Shandu is a Lamfanagit. Agadal Van Rooyen. Saleng, Oza boy, there's no pressure. Cape Town City, they already Panama problems because they're not doing very well. So it's gonna give you a confidence looking as we're gonna play quarterfinal Champions League. So bring him back. But I don't know.
Before you continue,
yeah.
Saleng would have needed to be in. I agree with you, actually. I think a lot of Paris fans agree that they want Saleng back.
Yeah.
Whatever is happening, please speak to him.
Yeah.
And that's not even controversial. It doesn't even need to be in the news.
Yeah.
Just speak to him, persuade him, help him out, and then it's a team. Just bring him to the team. You need him in the title race. He would have needed to be in training. Is there anything you know that we don't know? He's gone back to training now.
Yeah, no, the boy is back at training, Mr. Nkeo. It's just...
Do you know that for sure?
Yeah. No, the boy is back at training.
Like with the first team?
Yeah, no, he's back with the team. He's training with the team. Yes, you know, sometimes the media, Mr. Nkeo, they just make things worse than the way it is. Yes, the boy had issues with the management and whatsoever. And sometimes he had some other issues, you know, in terms of coming to training. But recently, the boy is coming to training. Just hope what is the mind
this week.
Yes. The boy has been training even the couple of weeks. He's been training. The only thing is that I don't know his mind whether he was training because he needed to train or he was training, preparing himself to say if the coach calls me to come in and play, I'm ready to deliver.
Cape Town City, Orlando Pirates, score prediction?
Definitely. The score is going to be 2-0, Mr. Nkeo.
2-0 Orlando Pirates?
Yeah, 2-0.
There you go. Thank you very much, Mr. Tso and Tso. I suppose it's very difficult not to think that Pirates will win there. It's very difficult to go to the Orlando Stadium. Really, really difficult. Al Ahly knows this. Belo Wizardad, I think, knows this. Many big teams go there. It's been very difficult. I think that Orlando Pirates fan, please continue to do that.
Yes.
Make that a fortress because it's very to even go as a member of the media to see that it's very intimidating. So you can imagine for the players themselves who are playing there as well. So yeah, that's Orlando Pirates, Cape Town City. We don't know what will happen tomorrow, but it will be a fascinating encounter. iDiskiTV, iDiski Times was betting.
Shapunjan bafowethu igama lami uLindo Pep, the best analyst in the country. Please don't forget to subscribe to iDiskiTV. Tanko.
This is Bongane Tso Vilakazi, they call me Tso. Niyazi bafethu, amakhosi for life, they are back in winning ways. Please, siyacela ukuthi subscribe iDiskiTV.